What's up you guys, and welcome back to another Reddit reading video. Today we're going to be doing a r/EntitledParents, so let's just go ahead and jump into it. Entitled mother yells at restaurant employee because she can't eat with her family of 5 and then tries to kick me out. I witnessed my second wild Karen encounter today. In Hong Kong right now, the virus isn't that bad, so we can still go out, but wearing a mask is strongly encouraged. Some places require it. So today, my friend and I decided to go eat ramen at a restaurant in the city. Just me and my friend and another friend. Restaurants closed down seats for social distancing, so there are less available seats. Now, this ramen restaurant is not very big, so there are only a few seats available. So here's the cast. EM, which is entitled mother, OP, which is me, F, which is friend, W is waiter, M is manager. So we're just minding our own business when the group of 6 walks into the restaurant. There are only a few seats available, so W informs them that they have to wait for the tables to clear up before they can be seated because the seats are closed for social distancing. EM, what do you mean I have to wait? W, because COVID-19, we're closed for social distancing. EM, oh, okay, why don't you seat us there? She says, pointing at the table with a sign clearly stating closed for social distancing. W, as I said, they were closed, but EM, oh, it's fine, just seat us there, we don't have the virus. W, I'm sorry, I can't do that, that's... EM, I'm sorry, I'm not asking you to seat us there, I'm telling you to, so please, do so now. W, if you wait 20... EM, come on, my angels are starving. She says this as she points to her family, who consisted of 2 toddlers whining about having to eat ramen. W, we can seat some of you over at the bar if you guys don't need to eat as a group. Without even thanking him, she marches her family over to the bar and rips off the signs to make space for her kids. W, I'm sorry, I can't have you do that. EM, I can do whatever I want, I'm the customer. W, I'm sorry, if you can't respect our rules, you must leave. EM, let me talk to a manager. The waiter scoffs and goes to get the manager, who is one of the chefs. M, what seems to be the problem? EM, your rude waiter refused to let me sit at the table, so I have to sit here. M, I'm sorry, but you can't sit here. There are signs stating that these seats your kids are sitting at are closed for social distancing. EM, I don't care. I want to eat with my family. They're starving. M, I understand, but if you can't respect these rules, I'm gonna have to call the police. EM, no, I'm a loyal customer, and I have been for a month, and I deserve better service. M, if you wait, we can seat you over there. He gestured to our table. EM, okay, how long is the wait? M, 20 minutes. EM, gasps and then walks over to us. EM, you guys gotta go. OP, what? EM, you heard me, leave. You and your friends need to leave because you guys have been here too long. OP, we're not done yet. EM, don't talk back to your elders. M, if you don't leave now, I'm gonna call the police for harassing my customers. Realizing that she now can get in really big trouble, she and her entitled family leave. Ended up getting the meal on the house, but still, so people can still be entitled during an epidemic. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed. Edit 1. I thought I should add, due to the social distancing in Hong Kong, public gathering of more than 4 people are banned, so this Karen would not have been allowed to sit with her big family. Also, thanks for all the updates. Edit 2. Since many have asked, I think the Karen was mainland Chinese and speaks Cantonese. I can tell by her accent. The dad was an expert, so I don't know. The dad had no idea what they were saying and just nodded. Oh wow, what? I hate those kind of people that walk around and think that everything is owed to them. Like, what? Chill out. They can't do that to me. I'm just like, I'm too carefree that I don't care what other people are saying. I'll just be like, what? No, get out of my face. but still, I'm not like a mean person. I'm just like, I'm so carefree that I could care less if she's doing that. And that makes people even more upset because they want to be the center of attention and they want to get a rise out of you, you know? Alright, on to the next story. My dad told my dog, who helps me with my mental health. Sorry, this is so long. Warning, I'm an idiot and a human, so there's definitely some spelling mistakes and grammar mistakes, so I'm sorry about that. Okay, let me start off by saying I'm a 17-year-old female. My parents would let me have my own life until I turned 18, but this incident drove me to leave. So before I get into the story, I'll say that I have a lot of stories from growing up with my dad, a narcissist who thinks only of himself and has for no respect for anyone else. My mom, who I can say wasn't abused from what I know, but she enables him. I also want to say that I still love my parents because they're my parents, but let me just say I want someone to shoot me in the head if I ever start turning into them. Okay, I was rambling. On to my most recent story. So I recently posted this on Am I the A-hole? So you might recognize me from there. But anyway, let's set the stage for this was pre-lockdown. Mary was still what was normal for us. So I've had this dog who I brightly named Tipsy as an 8-year-old. She was bought for me and I've always been her actual owner. I feed her, I walk her, I take her to the vet, and I give her so much love. She is a total sweetheart and wouldn't hurt a fly. So normally, when I leave for more than a few hours, I drop off Tipsy at my friend's house. She has a dog and the two love each other. So I was getting ready to leave for a week to go see my grandma who wasn't doing very well, and I told my parents my plan. And that's when my dad's face lights up. Here's what happened. Me, hey mom and dad, I'm leaving to go see grandma. I'll be leaving Tipsy at my friend's house. That's when my dad's face lights up. Then he speaks up. Edie, no, why leave her there when we can watch her? You know how much we love her. At this point, I was very confused as my parents aren't exactly the type to spring up at an opportunity to help. But I don't think much of it. I mean, they are my parents and they know how much I love her. So I let my friend know and Tipsy stays home with my parents. I left them a list to follow to make sure they fed her and walked her and didn't just neglect her. Flash forward a week, I get home and Tipsy didn't come running to me. Weird, but maybe she's asleep or downstairs. I go to find her because I miss her. I walk into my living room and say hi to my mom, and this is what follows. Me, hey mom, have you seen Tipsy? AM barely looks at me. You should go talk to your dad. Me, oh, she's with him, okay. I walk to the basement and there's my dad sitting on the couch, phone in hand. Me, hey dad, mom told me you have Tipsy? Edie, I don't have her. Me, well, where is she? Edie, doesn't even look up from his phone at me and snarks, I sold her. I just sat there in shock. I thought he was joking because no sane person actually does this. Me, you're joking, right? Edie, no, I sold her to a nice family. At this point, I was in tears. I was on the floor sobbing. He sold my dog. She had helped me through years of depression and anxiety. She made me feel safe and was my best friend. I couldn't look at them right now. I ran to my room, packed up, and called my friend. She said I could stay with her house as long as I needed. So I went to her house. After I got there, I found out who my dog was sold to. So I contacted them and they were so sweet. They completely understood what had happened, but they had spent a lot of money on her. And I got that, so I borrowed some money from my parents and paid them twice the amount they had paid for her. I got my baby back and I was so happy, but I was also raging. My dad had sold my dog that he knew I would die for, and my mom did nothing to stop him. I thought that this couldn't get any worse. Then my sister texted me, sis, what did you do to mom and dad? Me, what are you talking about? Sis, mom and dad have been talking about you a lot. They keep talking about how you're ungrateful brat and how you abandoned them. At this point, I was livid. I mean, they were making me out to be the bad guy after they went behind my back and sold my dog. I then cut off communication with them. I officially moved in with my friend. We were sharing rent and utilities. I was so done. I wanted them to pay. But I remembered that these were my parents after all, so I decided I had my little victory with getting Tipsy back. I left it at that. I haven't talked to them in over a month, and Tipsy and I don't plan on being associated with them ever again. I'm so glad I got out of there before quarantine. This is definitely not the worst thing that they've done. If you want to hear more, I'll gladly post more. Also, if you have any questions, I might not have explained this very well. I'll be glad to answer. Oh my goodness. I can't even begin to imagine the just uncontrollable anger I would have if someone sold my two dogs. One of them, Peanut, my bigger dog, I've had her for 10 years. That is my best friend ever. If I left and someone sold her, the things I would do to that person. And my other dog, Ponyo, I've had her for almost 3 years. I still love her more than so many things. I love my dogs. That's I can't imagine just coming home and just be like, oh, I can't wait to just see my dogs. When I go on vacation, I miss my dogs. Most people do, right? You go on vacation, you're like, oh, I wonder how little Maximilian is doing at home. You come home and they come running. You're like, woohoo, normal life is back. Yeah, if they sold my dog, I would be pretty upset. Alright, last story. How an old rain jacket became my defense against an entitled mother. This happened about 2 months ago before this whole COVID-19 lockdown. To give some preface, a long time ago I had an old hand-me-down jacket from my uncle who had happened to work in the prison system. This jacket. It happened to have DOJ Federal Bureau of Prisons logo on it. I've worn it so many times and it's always garnered some interesting reactions from people. I just so happened to be wearing this jacket for our encounter with EM. Now, on to the story. Me and my fiance went out to grab a bite to eat on Saturday evening. As we ordered, we sat at our table and decided to play with our Nintendo Switch, which apparently is EM bait, while we waited for our food. After a few minutes, I had to go and use the bathroom. About a few minutes in after I left, according to my fiance. And some lady, the EM of the story, came up to the table and had her child, the EK, sit down in my chair, which prompted this exchange. EM, excuse me, do you mind watching my kid? There's no kids play area, and I saw you had that Switch for him to play. EK, what games do you have on your Switch? Do you have Fortnite? EM, starting to walk off. Have fun. Fiance, putting the Switch inside her bag. Ma'am, I'm sorry, but I didn't agree to watch your kid. He's your responsibility. Also, I don't trust people I don't know with my Switch. EK, but my mom said I could play with your Switch. EM to my fiance. Hey now, don't be like that. It's hard being a single mom. Plus, you obviously have the means to entertain my child, so why not help me out? Fiance, like I said, I'm not responsible for your child. I didn't invite him to sit here. Please leave. EM, now you listen to me. I know the owner here, and I will have you thrown out if you don't watch my child. As the EM is yelling this, I happen to be walking out of the bathroom toward the table where my fiance was. As I'm walking up, the EM sees me coming and notices the DOJ logo on my jacket. A smirk crossed her face as I got to the table. EM to me, now you look like someone in law enforcement. This rude lady here is refusing to give my little angel her Switch to play. This rude lady here is refusing to give my little angel here her Switch to play with after she promised to do so. Me, cutting her off with a stern voice. Is there a reason why you're harassing my fiance and trying to take the Switch I bought for her? I watched as the EM smirk gave away to look that said, oh shoot. She quickly grabbed her child and made a beeline to her table. The EM didn't bother us afterwards, outside of a few stolen glances. We got our food, ate it, and left after finishing our meal. I'm glad I picked that day to wear my uncle's old raincoat. What? Who is this lady, and why is she just dumping her kid off on random people? Do you know how dangerous that is? What? That is... man, entitled parent, if I've ever... Free childcare, I freaking tell you. Could you imagine that if someone just came up to you and was like, here's my kid, here's little Johnny, go have fun for a couple hours. I'm gonna go chill. What? That makes no sense. Anyways, let me know what you guys think about these stories down in the comments. I really hope you guys enjoyed them. I am done with my little hiatus from this channel. I am back and better than ever. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope I see you guys next time, and goodbye, my lovelies.